Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and in this short video I want to tell a story. It's in relation to another video I done earlier, reference somebody I know not getting paid, an ex-student of mine providing the service, close protection services, and not getting paid for them. You know what, this happens more than people think, and this is something where, as I always say, you need to understand the close protection business is a business. You need to get paid. Your clients are not your friends, they're clients. They pay you for a service. They don't pay, you don't provide the service, you don't work for free. One story which highlights this, and this goes back quite a few years. Somebody I know, somebody I used to do a little bit of business with, was asked to provide service for a client, a younger client, a party client who had already paid somebody else we knew for services. He dropped, I don't know, something small, $5 grand or something, for security services in Europe. He then needed other services. So because the client paid already, the guys were like, yeah, sure, no worries, what do you need? Well, the client needed a car to come and pick him up in one location, take him to another location, etc. Didn't put any money in advance, because why should he? Well, there was something, I don't know why he didn't put money in advance, because he paid before, the guys liked him, they thought he liked them, so no worries, right? So somebody ended up going out and renting a luxury vehicle on their name. They used their credit card because the client was going to pay them anyway, right? Drove the car, I think about 3 or 4 hours from their location to where the client was, picked him up, drove him around for a couple of days, etc. And the client's, okay, we'll pay mañana. Give us the invoice and I'll pay the invoice. Okay, it ended up, the client said to the guys, you know what, the meetings are over, I don't need you anymore. You guys go back to your location, and I'll send you a check, and by the way, leave the car. I'll drive the car back to where it was hired from, and I'll sort out the hire company. You know what? After the guys left the client, everything went very quiet. The client cut them off, but he still had the hire car, which was, as I said, under somebody else's name. Client drove the car around for however long after the job was supposedly finished, and then the car disappeared. The guys that rented the car was now getting calls from the rental company saying, when you bring the car back? You either bring the car back or it's reported stolen, etc. They didn't know where the hell the car was, because the client had taken the car and driven it around, left it in one location, and then disappeared. There was lucky enough, there was a tracking device in the car. The hire company had a tracker in the car. They went, they found, they recovered the car. But in the meantime, they were looking to press criminal charges against the guy that rented the car initially, and now was left with the bill for the car, the mileage, the gasoline, and everything else. So this guy ended up getting screwed. He'd signed the lease agreement under his own name, put down his own credit card, which didn't have the credit on it to cover the bill for the car. There was damage to the car and everything else. So he ended up getting screwed. I think he ended up having to go to court over this and getting it sorted out. And the fact you go to court and say, well, I rented the car for somebody else who was going to pay us, it was a bad debt. Okay, show us the paperwork. There was no paperwork. There were no contracts. So this guy ended up getting screwed. He thought he was doing a client a favor. They thought they were going to, this guy was a high flyer, young guy with money, party client. They ended up getting screwed. So again, this is where always make sure you're getting paid. If you're not getting paid, don't go running up debt. Clients should always put down enough money at least to cover your expenses. If they're renting a car, make sure they're paying for the car to be rented, etc. Would I put the car rental under my name? Yeah, if the money's down and I'm keeping control of that car. I'm going to not let the client drive off with that car and just go and play with the car that's under my name. Basics, common sense. And this is back down to, I say in a lot of videos, clients are not your friends. If you want to die for them, best of luck to you. They're not your friends. This is business. The close protection business is a business. It's about making profit. So a little story to make you a little bit more aware of what happens. And not all clients are squeaky clean. So in the meantime, follow me along with social media. You got any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer your questions. But in the meantime, be good, stay safe, and as always, stay out of trouble. And staying out of trouble includes staying out of unnecessary debt. Clients are not your friends, they're clients. They're paying for a service, so make sure you get paid.